รายการนี้เป็นรายการทั่วไปสามารถรับชมได้ทุกวัย
สวัสดีครับ Hi, you're watching Hello English, your English program. I'm your host, Bukit Tairat. Now today we will visit the Bangkok Art and Culture Center. It's a place where artists of all kinds can come together in one roof and share their artistic ideas, their creativity, and get to know each other and show off their work. And it's a great place to learn all about each other's culture. So let's go now to English Magazine.
Today, we're going to inner city Bangkok. This is the Bangkok Art and Culture Center, a collection of contemporary art and culture. It is also a place for the exchange of knowledge and for networking for many kinds of artistic and cultural endeavors.
หอศิลปะวัฒนธรรมแห่งกรุงเทพมหานครนะคะได้มีการริเริ่มโดยเครือข่ายภาคประชาสังคมนะคะโดยเครือข่ายศิลปินและก็ผู้ที่ทำงานในแวดวงศิลปะนะคะรวมตัวกันเรียกร้องเพื่อให้เมืองเนี่ยมีพื้นที่สำหรับประชาชนได้มาเรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับศิลปะแล้วก็ศิลปินได้มีพื้นที่ในการแสดงออกนะคะโดยที่รณรงค์กันตั้งแต่ปี 2538 ค่ะจนทางกรุงเทพมหานครเห็นความสำคัญในประเด็นนี้นะคะแล้วก็ได้ร่วมจัดตั้งรวมทั้งมีเงินสนับสนุนแล้วก็ทุนในด้านต่างๆเนี่ยเพื่อให้เกิดหอศิลป์และก็ดำเนินการมาโดยตลอดเรามีนิทรรศการทั้ง3ชั้นเนี่ยนะคะก็จะเป็นนิทรรศการทางด้านทัศนศิลป์ซึ่งก็มีหลากหลายสาขานะคะตั้งแต่จิตรกรรมประติมากรรมภาพพิมพ์นะคะมีงาน installation มีวิดีโออาร์ตมีงานสื่อผสมนะคะซึ่งก็ถือว่าเป็นแหล่งรวมในหลากหลายสาขาเลยที่ศิลปินไทยทำงานนะคะนอกจากตัวงานทางด้านทัศนศิลป์แล้วเนี่ยเราก็มีงานทางด้านการแสดงนะคะศิลปะการแสดง performance art นะคะมีกิจกรรมทางด้านดนตรีนะคะภาพยนตร์งานวรรณกรรมนะคะไม่ว่าจะเป็นการอ่านบทกวีหรือว่าการทำเวิร์กช็อปการศึกษาในเรื่องของศิลปะวัฒนธรรมในสาขาต่างๆมาที่ชั้น 5เราจะเจอกับเคาน์เตอร์ประชาสัมพันธ์แล้วก็โถงต้อนรับนะคะก็จะมีผนังโค้งที่มีสำหรับรองรับนิทรรศการต่างๆจากหน่วยงานต่างๆนะคะทั้งหน่วยงานในประเทศไทยแล้วก็หน่วยงานระดับนานาชาตินะคะพื้นที่นิทรรศการที่ชั้น 789 เนี่ยก็จะนำเสนอนิทรรศการแบบหมุนเวียนนะคะก็จะเปลี่ยนทุก3 เดือนค่ะซึ่งก็จะมีนิทรรศการที่เชิดชูเกียรติศิลปินอาวุโสนิทรรศการที่สนับสนุนศิลปินรุ่นใหม่
Right now, on the 7th floor, you can see Earth, Water, Forest, Air, Inspiration from Father. It is a part of the Remembering the Supreme Artist project that was curated to commemorate the artistic genius of the late King Bhumibol Adulyadej the Great. This exhibition presents interpretations for studying, passing down and delivering the royal aspirations of the departed King Rama IX to build and sustain inspiration among children, youth, and all His Majesty's subjects forevermore. On the 8th floor is the exhibition Remembrance of the Great King, a collection of more than 160 drawings and paintings by some of the Thailand's leading artists from all over the country, as well as collected items involving King Rama IX, including some images that are quite rare. There is another special room called Room Number 9. Inside, you can see likenesses of King Rama IX from many time periods, and some significant collected items such as a camera used by the king and many other valuable items. On the 9th floor is the exhibit Through the Lens of His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, showing 200 photographs taken by the late king, including some that have been published before and some that have not. It is divided into 3 phases. The early period of his reign, photographs of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit and the prince and princesses. The middle period of his reign, photos of the king's work at many places and for many royal projects in agriculture, irrigation, and local development. Bangkok Art and Culture Center is an important learning center for city people with a focus on contemporary art and modern art to build on our cultural capital and spread it to the world.
Wow, what a cool place to visit. So if you like art and culture, maybe you can go to the Bangkok Art and Culture Center and get to know and network with a lot of other people just like you. So be sure to try it. It's really cool. Up next, our guest has studied abroad, has lots of experiences, and was even a DJ. So he's here today to talk to us about what he's up to now. So let's go to Tot and meet him in English Club.
Swadikap. Hello everyone, welcome to English Club. I'm Tosatham PM Sambun. Today we have the privilege of meeting an ex-soldier who graduated from the University of Illinois, working as an event DJ and also a founder of a very important application we'll talk about. And he's only 24 years old, but already he has so many experiences and a great career ahead of him as well. So let's meet today's special guest. Please welcome Kun Top. Swadikap.
Swadikap.
Swadikap. So, Kun Top, before we talk about your career and your experience, could you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Sure. Hi, my name is Tirit Salbiana on top. I'm 24 years old and I graduated from University of Illinois in the United States of America.
Right, so we'll soon talk about your application and your founding team, which is a really great application, but let's start off from the university. What made you decide to go to America and also to the University of Illinois?
So it started from when I was really young.
Yeah.
So my dad graduated from the United States of America as well, from the USA. So he always wanted me to have a bilingual education,
Right.
and also to one day go to the US for school. So before I went to the US for college, I was in an international school,
Right.
and Rumordi International School.
Uh-huh.
So I always had a English education since I was like in grade 1. So after that, I selected to go to America to get pretty much like a U.S. education. And one of the main reasons why I selected to go to University of Illinois is because one, the school is great in general. From all the reviews, I have upperclassmen who attended
Right.
the university, and another thing is this university is very popular for engineering, and at the time I wasn't sure if I was going to do bioengineering as well. I ended
Right.
up doing molecular and cell biology only, not engineering. But at the time, if I went and it had like a good program that I was looking into as well during the time.
Right, so basically your father wanted you to follow in his footsteps and going to America. But one thing that you said is really important and we want to touch on that. Why did your family, especially your father, feel that it's important to have a bilingual knowledge or a bilingual education?
Okay, so I guess because in this day and age, the world is a lot more connected than let's say like in my dad's time, right?
Right,
so,
right.
So let's say all the businesses, all the experiences, all the education are going across, going overseas. So let's say like right now in Southeast Asia, how we have ASEAN.
Yeah.
That's like one of the biggest things is to connect between all these countries and to be able to do business overseas.
Right.
You need the language barrier is a big thing. So English is, one of those universal language that is very important no matter what you're doing in this day and age.
Right, so basically it's like a global language in order to communicate around the world and stay connected.
Right.
You could say it's like a survival language, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. It is.
And it's very important to have the kind of communication as well.
Right.
So going to the University of Illinois, and how long did you stay in the United States for?
I stayed in the United States for, let's say, almost 5 years. I completed my education in 4 years.
Was there a big transition living in Bangkok and then going to Illinois?
Definitely, yeah. When I went, definitely the first semester, which
Right.
is like around 5-6 months. I needed to take time to adjust myself to like a different environment, different atmosphere, different culture as well. Because I mean, when you're here in Asia with Thai people, and it's the people I grew up with.
Right.
I mean, everything works one way. With Thai culture, and
Right.
when you go to the United States, everyone does things slightly or like more or less like a lot differently depending on like who you're with or what you're doing.
Right.
So it took me quite a while, but at least because I was confident with my language skills, with my communication skills, I was pretty confident in connecting with the people there as well because I mean I've always taken everything in English, so especially for my classes and my education, for me it was a pretty smooth transition for that part,
Right.
because I was doing math, English, science, and English from the start. So going to class in English was okay for me.
So the education was not so much a barrier.
Right.
But what do you feel was the biggest change, just in case there's people watching this TV program and they want to go to the United States? What would you say is the biggest change from Thailand to United States that they need to adapt to,
Yeah, I would say that part would probably be more like the social aspect, the social and cultural aspect. Because lots of the time I feel like people, when you go abroad,
Right.
you're a little bit afraid to step out of your comfort zone, to interact with, like fully in English, all the like 24/7 with Americans, with people from other countries that is not yours. So I feel like that's like the biggest part. And my advice to people that are going or would like to go to like let's say United States or even like in Europe or something like to go study abroad is to take the step forward and step out of your comfort zone a little bit and just try to absorb in the difference that the country is that environment is providing you.
So you get like the best of both worlds. You
Exactly,
get the best
exactly.
of Thailand,
Yep.
and you go there, you get the good things there, you learn as much as you can and take
Exactly.
it back. And
Right.
even, would you say even the bad things is an experience
It
as
is.
well?
Everything is a lesson, right? Yeah. So I would say when you go abroad for school, lots of the people just concentrate on the education aspect,
Right.
but I feel like if you're gonna immerse yourself in another country, in another culture, like be sure to pretty much take in the education aspect
Right.
and also the social and cultural aspect as well.
Absolutely, very important. I mean,
Because that's a lesson in itself as well.
exactly. I mean, the lessons and the things you learn are not limited in the classroom.
Exactly.
Outside as well. Now, graduating from the University of Illinois and staying in the United States for 5 years, as soon as you came back to Thailand, what did you start doing?
So when I got back right away, I mean, to tell you the truth, in the beginning, I wanted a little bit of a time off as well, like a little bit of a break, because I was always doing a lot of school in America, right?
Right.
And when I came back here, I wanted to take like maybe a few months just to relax a little bit, spend time with my family, with my friends. But a few months in after that, my friend started giving me the idea of the company and the business that he was about to start. So that's what I was getting into, but I didn't get into that far enough before I before I decided to enlist in as a soldier as well last year, because I never did ROTC when I was in school.
Right.
Yep.
So that's a really brave thing. Instead of doing the raffle draw to see whether you're in or you're not, why did you decide to enlist?
So I enlisted because of probably two different reasons. One reason was my parents were behind that decision as well. Like they wanted me to enlist because I graduated. I have a bachelor's degree, so enlisting means I would for sure be a soldier for 6 months only, not over a year.
Right.
And another reason why I wanted to do it is just because the factor that I always see people who are afraid of going into
Absolutely.
right in the military, and they're always like
trying to avoid it.
Avoid it no matter what. So I was like, you know what, maybe it's a once in a lifetime experience that I should try.
Exactly, and it's a good experience as well, and being a good role model for everyone. So being in the barracks for almost 6 months, how did you feel? What experience did you learn, and what kind of lessons you took back with you?
I learned a lot actually. So one of the big difference from when you're outside as a normal human person and from going into the military is that when you're outside, you are technically free to do whatever you want. Your decision is yours. Sometimes you can do things without caring what the others are doing. But when you're in the camp, when you're in the military, it's more like a group mentality where everyone has to stick together always, and everyone has to help each other get through whatever the training is, the course, or whatever is assigned to you. You always have to do it. And the biggest part about that is the discipline as well. So you always, everything is like timed, everything, there's a certain time for everything, because you technically lots of people would say you like live by the whistle, because that's whenever that whistle blows, you got to do whatever you're supposed to do. Like you cannot just stroll around and be late and stuff like that.
And being in the military, obviously, it's not an easy task. What kind of transition did you feel that you weren't prepared for, but you had to do it while you were in the camp,
Yeah, so definitely what in there, there's two parts of it that I would say. It's like the physical challenge, which is because being a soldier is not like you're sitting around, right? You're always doing something physical all the time. And the other aspect is that's interesting that people might not think about is the mental aspect. Because I feel like when you go in there, lots of the time they intentionally put pressure on you the whole time you're in there, the whole day, let's say for every day for a week or for a month, and you're supposed to be able to withstand that pressure, withstand that pretty much they're training you mentally as well, not just physically. So
absolutely,
lots of the time you can do things on your own will, but this one is like in a soldier. When you're a soldier, you have to do whatever the higher up commands you to do. So lots of the time, when you're in there, you have to keep doing whatever is told, always. The whole
Doesn't
day.
matter if you disagree or not.
Yeah,
you're not
exactly.
allowed to.
You're not allowed to dispute.
Absolutely. So now, after graduating from Illinois and enlisting in the military for 6 months, you came out. You became an event DJ, but we are interested in this application that you founded with your team. Could you please talk about that?
Okay, sure. So I am part of a company or an app called Ticket Melon, and we are really new company because we found this thing that I've been doing was founded around 2 years ago, and I am not a co-founder exactly, but I'm a founding team. One of my really close friends. He was the co-founder, and he thought of this concept when he was still in college. But then he shot me the idea of what he was trying to do, and I thought it was a great idea. So I joined his team, and we together was the founding team. It was around 4 or 5 people in launching this product and this application, and that's what I'm doing right now. So this application or business is like a new age event technology business. It's called Ticket Melon, and what it does technically is it is just like you do everything paperless. So you can buy tickets, you can send tickets to friends, everything all paperless. So you never need to have that physical contact with buying or with anything anymore.
So you don't have to actually go to the ticket booth and then pay for the ticket or line up. You just grab your cell phone and buy tickets on your cell phone.
Exactly.
What kind of tickets were these? Were it tickets to the movies or tickets to...
So what we do is any sort of event. So we go from music festivals to concerts to workshops to seminars to conferences
Wow.
to art exhibitions, stuff like that. Even like very small gatherings of around 10 to 20 people, we're okay to do as well. We pretty much like the word we use is we're
Yeah.
like a marketplace for all events.
Right. And now, just before we go, for all the people watching this TV program who sees a great example like you, being a founder of a application at such a young age or stepping out of your comfort zone, going to study in America, can you give the people watching this some motivation to just go for it, whatever they have in their life that they want to pursue? Please go ahead.
Okay. So the message that I would just want to tell everybody that's watching this show is that whatever you have a passion for, you should go for it. No matter sometimes when you feel like that whatever you love or whatever you're into doing is a far shot from being a career or even like producing you like the most amount of money or like making sense for your family. I feel like in the end of the day, you should always shoot for that and at least go for your dreams and go for your passion, because it wouldn't make sense if you were doing something daily and for every day of the week, every day of the month, every day of the year, and you are not enjoying it and you are not passionate about what you're doing. So I feel like whatever that it is that you enjoy and love and have a passion for, always go for that thing.
Okay, good job. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณ
Thank you.
มากๆนะครับ
ครับ
Thank you for all the knowledge and of course the motivational words as well to go for what you love and just go for it. Make your dream a reality. Okay. So thank you very much and we'll see you next time. สวัสดีครับ
ครับ
Wow, Nong Tiralit is quite a talented young man. Keep up the good work. You're a great role model for our new generation. And now it's time for English Corner. Let's see what Ajahn Pui and Ajahn Kip have for us today.
สวัสดีค่ะคุณผู้ชมคะขอต้อนรับเข้าสู่ English Corner ค่ะดิฉันปุ๋ยศรีตาค่ะกิฟต์จิตสุพานค่ะพี่ปุ๋ยคะขอเข้าเรื่องเลยค่ะเข้าเรื่องเลยเหรอคะได้ค่ะกิฟต์อยากรู้ว่าคำว่า fear กับคำว่า afraid ต่างกันยังไงอะคะอ๋อนึกกิฟต์กำลังจะพูดถึงแบบเหมือนกับคำภาษาอังกฤษที่มีความหมายเดียวกันอะไรแบบนี้เหรอคะใช่เลยค่ะพี่ปุ๋ยเคยพูดถึงพวกนี้มาแล้วใช่ค่ะคำว่า fear กับ afraid เนี่ยจริงๆก็ความหมายใกล้เคียงกันนะคะเอาเป็นว่าเรามาคุยเรื่องความแตกต่างคำแรกก่อนค่ะคำว่า fear ค่ะคำว่า fear เนี่ยสามารถเป็นได้ทั้ง noun แล้วก็ทั้ง verb ค่ะอ๋อทำหน้าที่ได้2 อย่างเลยใช่ค่ะเรามาดูที่ verb ก่อนดีกว่าเนอะนะคะอย่างเช่นShe fears to go out at night. She fears to go out at night. แปลว่าผู้หญิงคนนี้เขากลัวที่จะออกไปไหนมาไหนตอนกลางคืนใช่ค่ะก็คือใช้ fear ตามหลักประธานอ๋อก็เป็น verb เป็นกริยานะคะแต่ว่าถ้าเป็นคำนามนะคะหรือเป็น noun เนี่ยนะคะยกตัวอย่างเช่นI have a fear of flying. I have a fear of flying แปลว่าฉันกลัวที่จะบินหรือขึ้นเครื่องบินอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะขึ้นเครื่องบินใช่ค่ะคิดนึกว่ากลัวที่ว่าฉันจะบินได้อีกคำหนึ่งค่ะน้องกิ๊บค่ะคำว่า afraid นะคะใช่ค่ะคำเนี้ยแปลว่ากลัวหรือเกรงก็ได้เกรงใช่เป็นการปฏิเสธแบบสุภาพด้วยใช่ค่ะดูคำว่ากลัวกันมาได้ประโยคคำว่ากลัวเช่น I'm not afraid of anything I'm not afraid of anything ก็คือฉันไม่กลัวอะไรเลยใช่ค่ะฉันไม่กลัวอะไรเลยค่ะแต่ว่าถ้ามันเป็นแบบปฏิเสธแบบสุภาพนะคะอย่างเช่นประโยคว่า I'm afraid I'm not able to attend the seminar I'm afraid I'm not able to attend the seminar ก็คือฉันเกรงว่าฉันจะไม่สามารถที่จะเข้าร่วมการสัมมนาได้ใช่ค่ะฟังดูดีนะคะใช่ค่ะเข้าใจเลยค่ะทีนี้เข้าใจแล้วนะคะค่ะเอาไปใช้ถูกต้องแน่นอนค่ะคุณผู้ชม I'm afraid the time is up ฉันเกรงว่าเวลาจะหมดลงแล้วค่ะกลับมาพบกันใหม่คราวหน้านะคะวันนี้ปุ๋ยกิ๊บสวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Unfortunately, it's all the time that we have. If you have any comments or suggestions you'd like to give us, please send it to the address on the screen. And also be sure to check out our show through any of these channels as well. I'm your host, Bukit Tairat. See you next time on Hello English. สวัสดีครับ
you